Hey, what's happening, guys? Alex here in my hood in Toronto, Ontario, Canada, where I was born and raised, and yes, was just filming a ride on Route 14 Glen Park, which is one of my home routes here. Of course, I went from Davisville Station to Caledonia, which is not far, and of course I came back. And yes, this is my home subway station. As you can see, they are constructing the elevator shaft here, and it is coming along very, very, very fast. I think by probably end of this year or maybe next year at the latest, it could be finished, and finally the subway station will have some means of accessibility. And there he goes, 11:30. Good old Orion 7 OG hybrid, and I've always mentioned this a lot of times, but it's not gonna last for much longer since we're getting these new Nova hybrids and new Flyer Excelsiors as well. So I had this last minute idea to make a walking video around my hood, although I am actually physically located, well, living in York, but in the Briar Hill-Belgravia district. So right now we're in the Glen Park neighborhood. And for those of you that do not know, I used to live in two neighborhoods, meaning I would just split time. I lived in the same borough, but in different neighborhoods. So 3 kilometers away, I lived in the Silverthorne neighborhood. And I still call the neighborhood home because I lived there all my life, more than living around here. But I've also lived in this area, this particular area, since I think 2009. So it might have been about nearly 14 years now. And we're walking west now on Glencairn Avenue, and there's Hillmount Avenue and the little path that'll take you to Viewmount Avenue and then through Better Park. So I thought I would show you guys a little bit of I don't know if I should say this is a trip down memory lane for me, because I live right here, so I still frequent I frequent a lot of the local businesses here and the parks as well. So now we're heading to Marley Avenue. So again, I'm about a 5-minute walk from my place, but I'm just gonna meander mostly around Glen Park. We might even get into Briar Hill as well. But really, I just want to show you where I used to hang out when I was a kid. I mean, again, I've been living here since I was a toddler, and I remember. I really remember fondly, my mom and I walking to the main entrance of a subway station when we were going down there, or taking the 14 bus if we were going to Yonge Street. And if you guys may remember, maybe you guys were my age. Maybe you guys are my age. And you remember before 2015, children had to pay with tickets, and then in 2015, children can ride free, and it's always been that way. I was really excited for that. Now this here used to be hey, look at this, Nova Hybrid 3528 on the 109. 3530 was also on that route, but I think I saw him on the 7. And that's a coincidence because I had just filmed a ride on the Nova Hybrid on this route back on Thursday. So as I was saying, there used to be a very notable Chinese restaurant here called Li Cheng. My mom and I used to go there a lot, and we knew the owners there. But in 2019, they closed, and it wasn't until last year when they finally removed their sign. So now this is a construction office, and there, of course, over there, there's a proposal saying that they're going to build, you guessed it, apartments. And the same thing on the other side. Over there used to be a little storefront and some typical single-family homes, and all of those houses here, that block, it's literally painted in black, because they are literally going to tear that down. So Marley Avenue is really gentrifying. I mean, it may. Oh shit! The camera's out of focus again. I didn't even notice that. But yeah, I think they're looking on tearing all this down, and then Again, like, it really goes to show that every neighborhood in the city has changed. Again, if I continued heading south down Marley, I would end up at Eglinton. And again, I've mentioned this before, I'll say it again, I live like halfway between Glencairn and Eglinton West stations. In fact, I'll give you a hint, I can actually hear a subway from where I live. I used to do the little like 8 to 10 minute walk down to Eglinton West station whenever like I missed the 109, but I tried to time the 109 these days. But you know, since it's already spring, it's 10 Celsius outside, I might as well just take advantage of that if I'm heading to somewhere along Eglinton or Midtown, who knows. There's a local Pizza Nova. Sometimes I stop in there and grab a medium cheese pizza. I recognize the owners here. Yeah, look at this. Only one house has been spared, right there. But, oh man, it's just crazy. This is looking to the north. That building over there is where Marley Avenue ends at Lawrence Avenue, and that is the Lawrence Allen Center, formerly Lawrence Square. It used to have a Zellers, and yes, that place is still nostalgic to me because, again, you know, it was the closest mall to where I live, and I used to go there all the time when I was younger, but not so much anymore because, you know, the mall had recently renovated. But the only time I go there is if I'm going to Fortino's. This used to be an R bakery, and it relocated across to the other side. And then recently, they literally just painted it black too, and then boarding it up. Jeez, like things, you know something? Everything goes by fast in the blink of a friggin' eye. It's insane. I remember, you know, when I was a kid, our bakery, its branding was in purple and white. And I remember when they also used to have a little street festival here hosted by the BIA. I should know the name of the BIA, but maybe I think they used to have it like 10 years ago. These new traffic lights were installed in late 2021. This used to be a crosswalk, but with the school over there, safety really needed to be more enforced, so they added actual street lights here. And look, there's my local Domino's Pizza, which also used to be on the other side where that Burrito Boss is now. And I haven't had Domino's in over a year. I'm not really fond of that anymore, sadly. I just prefer having Pizza Nova or Pizza Hut or even Papa John's. Actually, I had Pizza Hut 2 nights ago. And this this place has been here for several years. When I moved to this area, this used to be a pizza shop called Paul's Tomato Pie, and I remember the owner. You know, I remember my mom and I, we would just walk up here. 10 years ago, he moved out, and then this crappy West Indian place came in. It wasn't good at all, and I can't remember if I had this once or twice. Like, again, I can't remember, but I haven't been back there since. And there is our bakery. And this place is always buzzing. They have very good selection of bakery items, croissants, and a lot more. I don't really have it enough, but like pretty much my whole life I've had this. It's amazing. It's good to support local business here. I know Marley Avenue may be full of like suburbia because, you know, we are in North York, but there's still a lot of interesting things, and there's no shortage of the commercial activity. Think of it like Oakwood Avenue. Now, a decade ago, this used to be a Fat Phil's. Was it a chain of like diner restaurants? Anyway, I went in there a lot, but of course, if I can't remember, I can always go on Google Maps and check the street view and check the time machine and see what used to be. But I'm trying to like remember from my knowledge here that this was a Fat Phil's and then became something else, and then it closed, and then this Filipino place opened, Lechon. I might have had that place once. And also, I can't believe, I don't know why they decided to paint it freaking black and not just keep it its original color. I used to go to that walk-in clinic when I was younger, whenever I had colds, back in my elementary school days. And this also used to be a flower shop. And yes, my mom and I did know the owner there. Of course, as the camera is once again out of focus. And there's Zito's Marketplace. It's an Italian grocery store. Went in there a couple times. And they recently just redid the driveway here at this house, and I think they just renovated as well. Alright, so now we're heading east on Stainer Avenue. So Glen Park is a very like middle class neighborhood, but there's a lot of like nice homes. I had filmed the walking video around the area. Well, except it wasn't like around here. It was from like Glencairn Station all the way to Bathurst and Lawrence, and you got the interesting character of newly rebuilt homes and typical bungalows and wooden houses like this, for example. And also, this is a what is it? This is a low density neighborhood. Despite that you got a lot of the little apartments, high rises here. And of course, with the subway right over there. Glencairn Station opened in 1978, as you guys probably may know. There was originally going to be a Glencairn Station on the other side of Line 1 at Yonge Street, but for some odd and weird reason, with a lot of activity on Yonge over than here, I did read that members of the community over there, they've opposed it. So Glencairn Station was built on this side, and I'm lucky to live right next to a subway station. I'm like, now at this point, I'm like 2 minutes away from where I live. I can easily just walk to the subway, but as I just mentioned, if I want to, I can always take the 109. And also, this subway station, it might be the least used, but it's all these high-rises here. It serves the station's purpose. And before the subway was even built, these high-rises were all here. So anyway, now we're on Benner Avenue, coming up to Benner Park, where I've spent a lot of my elementary years here as a kid. In fact, we were coming up to the playground that I used to go to all the time, along with some friends that came down from Sudbury, Ontario. But it's almost every now and then I would just come out here and see and looking for squirrels. I've seen a couple of raccoons there. Earlier today, I went to it's such a beautiful day outside. Oh, I love it. And the temperature's fair as well. Yeah, so again, I went to the downtown core. I didn't film anything except for an elevator at Osgood Station, and I wanted to film a ride on the 14th, so I just went up the other side of Yonge and successfully did that. This path, it's ironic because this path has a dead end, and it's all the way at where the Bell property is. I don't know why it says access temporarily closed, because, hold on, this camera's out of focus once again. Ugh. I don't know, I don't understand why it says temporarily closed, because this has always been like this. And you have to take a long way if you want to get over to Riddell Avenue by taking Stainer to Marley. You think they could have just like made it like proper, or at least try to extend the paving. Just I wish they did that. And there's a subway. And here's the playground I used to come to a lot. Oh man, I remember going on the the monkey bars. I don't really want to go on the sand, but I think my mom may still have pictures of me on that. Look, going down the slides. Everything is still original. Since I moved here, everything is still original. Even going down the friggin' slide. Now, those were some good times, being an elementary school kid. So when I say walking through here, because, I obviously walk here all the time nowadays, to get to the subway. Do I still feel some nostalgia? Yes. Definitely from over a decade ago. But now, we're not even done yet because there's another park on the other side of Allen Road. So whenever I'm going to the subway nowadays, I am always entering the station through this entrance. And that entrance used to be a MetroPass token-only entrance, of course, with Presto rolling in, or have rolled in. Of course, it's changed. It's a Presto-only entrance. If you're paying with tickets, tokens, or cash, you have to go to the other side, and there's where I started the video. And holy hell, why is the traffic so jammed up here on a Sunday afternoon? It is not uncommon to see. Look at this. Look. Why are people daring to just freaking drive on the southern end, on the southbound lane, all the way down to Eglinton where it ends? Again, it's not uncommon to see it like this every day, no matter what time of day it is. Of course, it's very unique because, you know, you got the subway running in the median of the Allen Expressway. But unfortunately, if you have a health problem or anything like that, then living right next to a highway like this, it's not beneficial. A lot of noise and air pollution. Forgot to mention, this is View Avenue, and there's another path that'll take you up all the way to another park. Alright, so now we're gonna head down to Viewmount Park. I've done a lot of videos there. And that's a park where I also spent a lot of time in as a kid. And of course, just this park is much bigger than Benner. And I think I've always enjoyed going to that playground more than here. I've walked through here like recently, but not like actually a lot. And also, there's like very rare occasions where I would just take this sidewalk up to the subway. It's one of these like old lockdown days when I used to do all of this. So I guess I could say it brings back memories, even though like it's been like, even though it was just like 2 years ago when I was like starting to make walking videos. But no, I'm not talking about 2021. I'm talking about like the early 2010s. Yes, there are pictures of me and a friend having fun at this specific playground. And it's busier. It's busier than at Benner, you know. But everything, I can't remember if that's the new paint job on this thing. I think it is. But everything else, the slides, the little like monkey things, I don't think they are monkey bars. These little things where you can just like grab your hands on them and like spin around, that type of thing. And the swings though, oh my god, the swings. You used to like jump on that all the time. So if I go back on the swings right there, I would probably feel like a kid again. I have seen people play baseball here occasionally. Oh, the memories. Even I still feel nostalgia coming down here. Because I just did everything when I was like 6 to like 10 years old. And then a little bit over until I just got too old for that. So we're still in North York. But once we take that path and all the way down, we will be in the city's affluent Forest Hill neighborhood. Yes, I indeed do live right next to one of the richest neighborhoods in the city. Look, there's the tennis court. Not uncommon to see dogs here, and sometimes squirrels. I did see a wild rabbit here once. I think back in 2020, it was like all the way over there. I mean, they're everywhere, but to me, they're just a rare sighting. See the benefits of living in a neighborhood where you're very convenient and like conveniently located next to like the subway, and then eventually, I know it's a 10-15 minute walk from here, but eventually you'll be a 10 to 15 minute walk away from the Eglinton line, which obviously you know how I'm very looking forward to that. Hey, look, there's a tree. Did that used to be an actual tree there? I can't even remember. It might have been. It's a Sunday. A lot of the kids enjoying themselves and their parents. And yes, I was definitely one of them. I forgot about this house right here. Alright, so out from the former city of North York into the old city of Toronto. Right now. Yeah, just city of Toronto sign there. I thought there used to be an older one though. The city of North York bylaw sign, something like that. Is either I forgot about this house or I don't even remember it being built, because I can't remember the last time I walked through here. And here's Briar Hill Avenue. Although the street does continue on the other side of Allen Road at Marley Avenue. Now we're walking west here in Briar Hill. I've been filming for 22 minutes, so why don't we end this off at Marley and Riddell Avenue, where I would always wait for the 109, mostly when I'm going down to Eglinton West Station, but if I'm heading like downtown, I'll just have to take advantage of walking, even though, well, actually no, because the direct path from the subway station all the way up is partially closed now again. And I don't even know when it's going to open up again. I mean, I want to take advantage, but having to take a detour is a pain in the ass. I remember when they were building one of these houses. And here's Newgate Road. And now from this point, I am just a 2-minute walk away from where I live. Obviously, I'm not going to say where. Let's see if we can get to Riddell Avenue before the video automatically stops recording at the 30-minute mark. Now we're heading south. So from here, we're like a 700-meter walk from Eglinton Avenue. I mean, it's not far at all, but it's still quite a ways. It's not hard for me though, luckily. And now here we are coming to Riddell Avenue. If you want to make fun of it, call it Riddle Avenue. Didn't say I warned ya. Oh man, I used to watch the subway trains from up here when I was a kid. Oftentimes, I would look down south or north, and I remember getting a horn blast from the T1s or the TRs. And I still see kids getting those waves from the operators. I'm pretty sure my uncle has done that, because he's a Line 1 operator. He's always been since, 2014, 15? So there's Glen Park Station right there. Even Lawrence West is visible. And there's Eglinton West Station, which of course will be renamed to Cedarville. You got the LRT line coming up, of course. So now we're coming into the Yorkboro, where I have lived all my life. There's the Bell Canada building as well. And there's a CN Tower setting right there, but ain't gonna zoom in. So Allen Road was constructed in the late 1960s, early 70s. That plaque over there shows when it was built, and then 2000 was when the bridge was being rebuilt, so this was not original. But this was completed in time for the millennium, which I wasn't alive for. Also, there's a white squirrel that hangs around here, but I haven't seen her since January. Of course, you know, when it was winter, it just keeps some of the wildlife away, but it's already spring now. Maybe she really should be around. Yeah, people like to drive very friggin' fast on the island. That's for sure. Is she around somewhere? No, I don't see her. I don't even see any squirrel. But they're very common, definitely, like, around here. I would sometimes occasionally feed them, and I had one come up very close to me and touch my hand. There's my local. Well, I don't really go in there often, much, because some of the products have turned to crap and the high grocery prices. So most of the times nowadays I go to Fortino's or Metro. So there's the Sobeys. I remember when it was renovated. I remember its old look. It didn't have the sliding doors. It only had like the swinging doors at least. And yeah, the whole physical plaza had recently renovated. And there's the convenience store where I used to go to sometimes. And I also used to get a haircut just around the corner from here. But he left, sadly. And now we're coming back to Marley Avenue, where I would always wait for the bus if I'm heading south to like Midtown or York or to my old hood or anywhere. Very rarely I would just come up, I would just like wait here and head north. But that's only if I'm like taking it slow and I wanted to get like groceries. But most times when I'm getting up, going to school, I would run sometimes and try to like run over there to that stop to catch the bus. But in this case, we've come to the end of this walking video, and I'm gonna sign off here and head home because I still got an assignment to finish that is due in 2 days. So guys, thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. As always, stay tuned for more videos and check out my efforts as well. And if you feel like supporting the channel, we really greatly appreciate it if you did so. Leave your donations on PayPal or super thanks down below. I don't really get that much, but I encourage you to do so. Well, if you feel like doing it to the cause, it's okay if you can't, but that's it, guys. So happy Sunday, enjoy your week ahead, and glad that spring is here and a lot more walking videos to come. All right, take care. Bye-bye.